What's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT review, or whatever it is. I guess I should be saying the black and gold NXT, or maybe the white and gold NXT, which I don't really call white and gold NXT because it's still a black background. As I think that just uses to trick people into calling it white and gold. It's basically back to black and gold. Now I'm sure it's going to be a slow process going into it, but judging by the initial stage setup, it doesn't look that different. It's mostly more gold on it. I'll say that with a little black here and there. I know they still have the 2.0 graphic during the commercials, but I guess they're slowly putting the graphics in. Not much of a stage change and whatnot. The stage basically still kind of looks the same. They're just kind of just incorporating all the gold, more black and gold graphics into NXT. Now, will it be that much of a change in general? And some things, yes, it will. Will, I believe. Or is happening right now. But the changes, I believe, are slowly but somewhat surely happening at the same time. Okay, because how will it go back to being like the old black and gold? I'm not sure, but we'll see what we'll see what happens. And I know there was a commentary change this week. Vic Joseph was not there, so they brought in Byron Saxton and Sudu Shah. I don't know who he is. I just know they were out there. Wade Barrett on commentary. They did start off with Pretty Deadly, who was someone dressed like the British Parliament and whatnot. You know, basically talking about the problem is they don't have any new opponents right now. They've beaten everybody in the tag team division. And talk about Nofe and Malik Blade, basically making fun of their vest and whatnot. The creeds, how Damon Kemp has destroyed the diamond mine. The diet's creepy and whatnot, so no one can really face them, and that they are they're the best tag team champions. They're gonna be tag team champions forever. But the next thing you know, Pete Dunn and Rich Holland, the Brawling Brutes. I know they couldn't make it to SmackDown last Friday and whatnot due to the hurricane, but and stuff. But since the hurricane, I guess they are still stuck in Florida right now. So they end up showing up here, and you talk about you can challenge anybody. So we want that challenge and stuff, and whatnot, and basically say, oh, it looks like Kevin Owens or Kevin Nash, hacked your Twitter and whatnot. And basically, Holland say, yeah, we know it's Tuesday and everything, so it's fight night, okay? Next thing you know, the Brutes end up clearing the ring. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams came out there then. So, yeah, very surprising to see Pete. Hey, but it's good to hear the fans chant Bruiserweight, by the way, also again, because it's Pete Dunne. So they end up chanting for him and whatnot. But yeah, with Pete Dunne um, and, Rich Holland being back in NXT, we did kick it off with Carmelo Hayes and Oro. Now, when I say kick it off, but the first match tonight, Carmelo Hayes and Oro Mensa and whatnot. Not a bad match. Basically, just a win for Carmelo Hayes and whatnot. I guess trying to get some wins going into this ladder match coming up at Halloween Havoc. So we're gonna see what's happening there. Toxic Attraction was arriving to the building. Well, I should say before I get to that segment, I know Wesley ended up did attacking Mello right after commentary after that. But yeah, Toxic Attraction arrived to the building, but they end up getting attacked by Alba Fire with her baseball bat. And basically, I guess Mandy was still in the car. That the other two was still. So yes, let's remember, folks, in NXT, the parking lot is the most dangerous place in NXT. Whenever you go to the parking lot, you must fear for your life out there because you never know what can happen. You're either going to get attacked or you're going to get kidnapped. Okay, that's most of the time that happens down there in NXT. And Mandy Rose is basically kidnapped by whatever Kaylee Ray, Alba Fire. So yes, kidnapping, folks. NXT, you get kidnapped or you get attacked. It's the most dangerous place down there. Um, Andre Chase went against Von Wagner. So he was going to go in a ladder match. Von Wagner getting the win, of course. Chase, is still over with the Chase U thing, so not much didn't happen. I know he wasn't going to win, but he basically recovers from this very easily. Sanga was talking to Nathan Frazier, talk about the best of 3 series and whatnot. And basically said to get that North American title. And Sanko said, good luck to him. Next thing you know, they sent Veer, his former tag partner, in this year, if you remember NXT, but that didn't really end up happening. Maybe it'll happen again. Because it's not like they've done nothing with Veer on Raw, and I probably should have known that was gonna happen given the whole creative change and whatnot. The guy showed up there one time, and I think I said this before, in the same way I said with Omos, why are these people facing jobbers again when they already kind of had something going on? Even Omos, I don't care if it's a new creative thing or not. If you had Omos doing all this other important shit, why you send him back to fucking square one? That's really dumb in my opinion, okay? Creative change or not. That's just starting back to square one. I was thinking that with Veer, but now they sent them back to NXT now. Um, Next, they had Grayson Waller. I guess talking to security and everything to protect him from Apollo Crews. This is almost like the Miz and Dexter Lumis thing going on for some reason. Wendy Chu went against Lash Legend. Oh boy, Lash Legend match. Wendy Chu, I see they still got it with the goofy pajama thing, Nickelodeon, but I don't know, the shorts thing makes it look better for some reason. But this match was okay. I'll say that. Wendy Chu got the win. That's all I really got much to say from this match. I know they talked to Dez in the back about what happened. Stacks showed up and whatnot. Talking about Tony D'Angelo's leg, about the injury. I think it's an MCL thing. I don't know how bad his injury is, but it did look pretty nasty from last week when he hurt his knee. Gallus had a promo. I guess they'll be back in NXT soon enough, and they will be taking all the titles. So this is the last we've seen of them. Kane Carter and Casey Catanzaro were basically talking about themselves and whatnot. Well, most of I know they talk about with Casey and Kate, talked about they got to the tag titles. Casey talked about being from a Ninja Warrior and getting to the WWE, how she was the new person, almost left and whatnot, but decided to stay. They didn't know where they were gonna go, but now that they're the tag team champions, they're waiting for the next opponents. Toxic Attraction went against Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. My friend said it best watching both Gigi Doll and Nikita Lyons, that Nikita Lyons is so thick she makes Gigi Dolan look small out there in her thickness. Wow, may have a point there. But the match wasn't bad though. I figured Starks and Nikita Lyons was gonna get the win anyways and whatnot. So Nikita Lyons got the whole split thing with the win and stuff. So they're next for the tag titles. We got an Ilya Dragunov promo, basically talking about how he was forced to relinquish the NXT UK title, and he had to basically watch NXT UK, breathe its last breath from the sidelines and whatnot. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't defend NXT UK from Braun Breaker. He couldn't do any of that. And he knows he can't change the past and whatnot, but he can change the future. And he said, Breaker may be the man, but Dragunov is the machine. McDonough trying to, take credit for forcing to relinquish the title and whatnot, but he said he will be champion again, and that the people will chant long live the Cesar. So, very good promo from Dragunov out there. Waller in his new show, well, not new show, but his Waller Effect show, basically had Cora Jade and Roxy to a feud I'm just sick and tired of and don't even want to see this anymore at this point. He called her the Tony Hawk of NXT. This promo, I don't really care. All right, both Roxy and Cora Jade are really not that good on the promo. What? Cora Jade said we don't want to hear another sob story. Roxy said, I thought we would climb together, make it in the WWE and be like the Four Horsewomen and stuff. And basically Roxy, she will continue her dream by herself and whatnot, and get rid of her. And talked about Jade said, you're just another internet hype with no talent. And Roxy said, yeah, you played the nice girl thing for a year, but everybody figured out and couldn't buy into it. So she tried to say she was full of shit, which I believe shit did come out, but Waller tried to cut it off. Listen, you guys are going to have a pick your poison match, so you can pick anybody from the roster from your opponents and whatnot. You could have Roxy versus Omos. Wow, the smallest versus the giant. Think how that'll go. What? Then they had, what was it? I guess start talking again. Waller said, you know what? You guys are going to have to spin the deal, make a wheel, wake the deal, spin the wheel, make the deal, Waterfield. I don't know. Just spin the wheel match. We've done it to Halloween Havoc, and I guess that was a random Druid guy, and I guess he tried to think it was Cruz, but given this guy was white, he was not Apollo Cruz. And as he's walking paranoid, You know, it could be a buried alive match. It could be any of this match. I would have liked to see a buried alive match, but it's a weapons wild match, basically a new no DQ match. And they're trying to fight each other, and then Cruz, I guess security ended up dragging Wall under the ring, and next year he had all this red stuff in his like, what did he make his eyes bleed? Or like Mr. That's so Raven, that's so Apollo, he can see into the future, and now he can make people's eyes bleed for some reason. And he dragged him under the ring, and just all the blood came from his eye. I don't know what to think about Apollo Crews now and his gimmick. Like, I don't know if I like it better as Black Panther 2 with the whole Nigerian accent. Now he's he's uh, not a fortune teller, but a psychic now and whatnot that can see into the future. Like I said, it's that's so Apollo now, like that's so Raven. So where is this really going with him? He sees into the future of things. Um, next, I know Julius Creed went against Duke Hudson, beat him in under a minute, kept beating him up again. Damon Kemp shows up then as the rest of Diamond Mine look on, and they want to kick his ass. Damon says, Julius' turn. I've already taken care of you, Brutus, and whatnot. And, Brutus says, give me 5 minutes with him, but, and whatnot. But Julius is gonna take any stipulation. Kemp says, all right, I got something good. All right. Listen, you guys, we're gonna have a match and everything. And listen, I'm not gonna have a match to get rid of you in NXT, okay? But I know I can't function at this. So if I beat you, Brutus must leave and whatnot. Which Brutus even said like Julius accepts, talking for him. But Julius says, he doesn't want, doesn't want to be cold-hearted, but when he calls for it, he's no more colder than him. He's got ice in his veins. And I'm not just gonna pin and submit you. It's gonna be an ambulance match now. And Kim said that's good. I'll make sure they got a room for you and Roddy sitting next to him and whatnot. As they Jules kept yelling and whatnot. They're gonna have an ambulance match, so that should be really good. I am liking what's kind of going on with that whole feud right now. It's not bad. JD McDonough talked about Dragunov and Breaker, saying that he's going to come out as the NXT champion. Hank Hill, boy, I tell you what, man, I sell propane and propane accessories. And what, man, Mr. Hank Hill right there, Hank the security guard, okay? Boy, I tell you what, yeah, them boys got some pretty bad promos, I'll tell you. I sell propane and propane accessories. Wow, that wasn't a good Hank Hill voice. I sell propane. Beer, I'm not gonna do a King of the Hill segment right now. Do a good Boomhauer though. But he talked about this match tonight, and he's got a contract now, and Quincy Elliott showed up. Bad idea to go against Cornette online, buddy. Got destroyed. After that, what was next after that whole thing? Axion cut a promo about his match with Nathan Frazier. Zion Quinn went against Hank Hill out there. Quinn won. He was about to attack him again, but Quincy Elliott came for the save and whatnot. After that, Cameron Grimes was talking to this red hooded, which the guy looked really yellow. I thought he was a Simpsons person or just a mannequin. He tried to talk to him, don't join Joe Gacy. Gacy and crew attacked him then and hit him with a trash can and welcomed the whoever the kid in the red hoodie is into the group. In the main event, we did get the Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly and stuff. Very good match. I kind of ended it was going to be something screwy. Imperium ended up showing up, costing them the match, and then Imperium and the Brutes brawl to the back then as Pretty Deadly stood tall. And Nofe and Blade came out there as Briggs and Jensen did also. Basically, want a shot at those NXT tag titles. So NXT was not bad tonight. I'm sure it's going to be a slow change into this. Like I said, they're doing their best to get rid of all the 2.0 stuff and doing it to go back to black and gold or white and gold. It's basically black and gold at the end of the day, as long as I would say. So they're doing what they can to get rid of the whole Nickelodeon splat colors and whatnot out of there. It's not a new stage or anything. Stage basically still looks the same out there. Does the lighting look a little bit darker? Yeah, that's not as bright as it once was. So we'll see what happens. However NXT change in this black and gold, white and gold, whatever gold NXT, it's changing, I guess. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hood 890. I'll see y'all then. Peace out.